Yo, this is Midas, and today's video is very important. I want to expose why the crypto market is heavily manipulated right now, and that's through exchanges and market makers working together. So, disclaimer, everything in this video is only for educational purposes. Make sure to do your own research. So, it's been a lot of fun just on Reddit, X. Everyone's talking about why the crypto markets haven't recovered yet, despite so much bullish news. You might think it's economic conditions or whatever. But let's start with some recent bad news. So Trump calling tariffs early on Canada, Mexico, and China. When it was expected in March, he basically offsetted it to now. But all tariffs were then delayed for 30 days later. Economic news like FMOC, rate cuts, etc. That could be the reason. Deep Seek FUD crashed the whole crypto and stock market, thinking that AI or the US AI was too overspent and overvalued. Well, it recovered right after, only for stocks, not for crypto. Large sell the news event with Trump's inauguration. Most people saw that coming with so many longs coming into the market and a lot of people thinking that crypto would explode after, Trump mentioning a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but that never happened. But there's also been a lot of recent good news. Well, David Sachs, the crypto and AI czar, says stablecoin legislation and Bitcoin reserves are a top priority. He also announced a national, or Trump announced a national digital stockpile. Solana, XRP, and Dogecoin ETFs have a very high odds of happening. There's been a crypto ball with Solana, Sui, Ondo Finance, etc. as sponsors, welcoming Trump as the first crypto president. So yeah, there's been a lot of good news, some bad news, but all the bad news has already been covered with, and we're just left with some good news. So like I mentioned, everyone is blaming the uncertainty of macroeconomic factors and market sentiment. I believe this is once the stock market dipped along with crypto, thinking that crypto follows stocks and so forth. Yet most of the stock market's already recovered. SPY, DJI, etc., and many other stocks are now hitting new all-time highs, like Big Bear AI, Oklo, Reddit. And that wouldn't be happening if we're not in a bull market right now. If the whole market in stocks was crashing as well, then I would foresee a bear market, but that's not the case. He was often saying that, market corrections are healthy, especially in crypto was such a volatile asset we're dealing with. Yeah, we just saw all cryptos hit new all-time highs, SUI, XRP, DeepBook, and it felt like we were all going up forever. So we had to correct. That's fair. Both could be true, but still, crypto has not recovered yet. I never would have thought that we would see SUI back at around $3 from its all-time high, or even Solana so cheap. It just doesn't make sense. Well, crypto is no longer a retail game. Back in 2021, the only key figure of crypto was Michael Saylor, who just kept buying up Bitcoin at around 30K. Everyone thought he was crazy, but look at him now. And a couple other celebrities who bought Bitcoin. I think it was like one of them was like Mark Cuban, but it wasn't like that big of a deal back then. So retail entering the market was what really pumped the market in the last bull run. But now in 2025, we have Bitcoin ETFs, Trump building a US strategic Bitcoin reserve, large financial players like BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Michael Saylor continuing to buy Bitcoin at even all-time high prices. This means that with these big players and whales, if they don't make a move, the market will not go up or go down. What I believe is that these key players are using this market correction, quote unquote, in order to shake out the paper hands and buy everything at a discount, essentially drawing their own charts, making their own prices in order to buy up your coins for a very cheap price. You can look at this. This was, I believe, yesterday. BlackRock purchases 276 million worth of Ethereum. You can see these headlines throughout the many weeks since the market has crashed, with BlackRock buying, banks buying, Michael Saylor buying, Trump even buying. But yeah, a lot of the big players are still continuing to buy despite the tokens dropping so low. And why is that? They don't believe they're not buying these assets just to hold these assets if it's a dead bag, right? That wouldn't be very smart of them. Well, the answer to this is exchanges plus these market makers are creating manipulation in the markets. So doing this market manipulation, you might have seen lots of posts on X, maybe even Reddit, about 700 million or even billions in short slash longs of Bitcoin or Ethereum were liquidated yesterday. This doesn't just happen for a reason. Traders long during market corrections because they believe the market should go back up. Theoretically, right? With all these good news, the market should be going up. And yet it does not. It sometimes even goes lower or just stays the same. Same idea with shorts. Well, the answer to this is Wintermute, a trading algorithmic firm, is working with exchanges like Binance and Coinbase to liquidate these retail trading positions. When longs are called, they buy more, and with shorts, they tank the market and sell off. Well, before Trump's inauguration, here's an example of this. So everyone had calls and thought it was free money because Trump's the first crypto president. He should mention something about a strategic Bitcoin reserve on his inauguration, and therefore the market would pump. But at the end of the day, he never mentioned a word about Bitcoin or crypto. And because of that, the market tanked. The reason why it tanked is you had to think that there was a lot of money flowing on one side. That one side was longs, thinking that crypto would explode after the inauguration. But you also have to think about the other side. How will the market makers pay for all these positions, all these longs? They had to offset it with a bunch of shorts. Remember, nothing is free money. So back to the topic of with Wintermute. There's been a lot of headlines with Binance sending transactions of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana to Wintermute, the trading firm or market maker, and they would sell it on the exchange. So that essentially when they sell it on the exchange, that means that the longs get liquidated because they're selling so much at a certain time. So it just crashes the whole market, dipping the price down. Otherwise, if there's a lot of shorts, they would buy it more. So the shorts get squeezed out, and there's essentially more liquidity now into the markets. But the TLDR of this is that the market makers are paid to basically draw out these charts intended to scare the retailers and liquidate leveraged traders that have no insider information or no backup from exchanges or other algorithmic firms, the average Joe. Another thing is through Wintermute, Binance can now manipulate the prices by creating artificial liquidity, front-running trades, and exploiting order books. From this idea, this is essentially undermining the principles of decentralization and fairness. This situation, I feel like, is very similar to FTX and shoot, I forgot the guy's name. The guy that the guy that ran FTX, but he was one of the ones that was doing something very similar, liquidating the retailers and just taking liquidity from the market, manipulating the market wholeheartedly. But he's in jail now. But yeah, this is a very similar situation with FTX and how FTX eventually crashed. So this idea came from this guy on Twitter. I think he's an analyst called Marty Party, where he's been creating a lot of posts about Binance sending Wintermute, the top three assets of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and sending it to different exchanges like Binance and Coinbase to sell in order to manipulate the market. You can take a look at his post history to see more about this. A lot of headlines of Wintermute's chief being blamed for the crypto crash of 2025. Binance sending over 20 million crypto transactions to Wintermute market makers. This is like big news. I feel like once more people get to know about this, and it's going to become like that sort of FTX situation. So I would prepare for this and take a look at this whenever you're doing any trades or to understand the market sentiment. I think Wintermute's going to be a big player in this bull market determining if we go up or we go down. So what's our actions when you want to exit the markets? Now, finally, now that you know this, how can we leverage this? Well, first of all, do nothing. It's going to be very hard to beat insiders and market makers, especially when they're working with exchanges. There's just too much information that they have that the average retailer does not have. They could just fake you out, try to do a long, and they do shorts. It's gonna be hard to match them. I personally just say hold your crypto and don't get shaken out. We're still in a bull market. If the stock market is still going up, you can expect the crypto market to do the same. A risky strategy could be play the side where the smart money is going to. If the majority of retailers do longs, go puts and vice versa. But yeah, we're still in a bull market. I still believe in crypto and stocks and AI stocks. So yeah, take it easy. That's all I have for today. Catch you guys in the next one.